Hi everyone, and welcome to another one of my kind of body rambling videos. And the reason that I am making this video is because a few days ago I was watching, I think it was the SAG Awards, was it SAG Awards or the Brit Awards? The Brit Awards it was. And Christina Hendricks from Mad Men was there. Now, for those of you who don't know who Christina Hendricks is, Google her. She's an actress, and she's in the programme Mad Men, which I don't watch, but a lot of people say it's really great, and I do really want to watch it. I need to download it really. But I was watching the Brit Awards and she was there, and she has kind of become the poster girl for curvy women because she is bigger than the average Hollywood actress. I think stats say that she's a size 14, and she's got very, very big boobs, very tiny waist, round hips, and she's kind of become the poster girl for curvy women. And I kind of don't like it when celebrities are kind of made into posters of a kind of ideal of beauty. So a lot of the time it happens with curvier celebrities, for example, like Jennifer Lopez or Beyonce or Kelly Brook or Kim Kardashian. They kind of become the it poster girls for curvy women, and they like to go around in the press and say things like, confidence is sexy and embrace your curves, and, women like Sofia Vergara and people like that. If you don't know who any of the people I'm talking about are, just Google them, but I'm sure you probably all know. But the press and they kind of take it upon themselves to kind of embrace their curves and show the world that, we're curvy and beautiful. And on one hand, it is a really, really beautiful thing that they're doing, because it is really important that, women know that we all look different. But at the same time, I kind of can't help but feel like the women who are doing this they're not a true representation of the real woman. Now, of course, they're not a true representation because they're famous, because they're from Hollywood. They get paid millions for how they look. They've got personal trainers and dietitians and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure if you and I were getting paid millions to look hot all the time, then it would be your top priority, as opposed to going to do your weekly shop at Tesco's. So they kind of tend to talk about it a lot in the press, and the press tend to go on about it and make sure that everybody knows that, they're bringing hope for curvy girls everywhere. But the problem with that is they don't look like the average woman. The average curvy woman, okay, is normally bigger than these women are. These women tend to be perfectly proportioned. So they tend to have very big boobs, tiny waists, big hips, skinny arms, skinny legs. When the reality of it is, with most women, if you are a larger woman, unless you're particularly lucky, which there are women like that. One of my best friends has got the most perfect body in the world. She's got a really, really big chest, tiny waist, curvy hips, skinny legs, skinny arms, just a perfect hourglass shape. But the reality of women who are actually an hourglass shape is a very, very small minority. Most of us are more like a pear shape or an apple shape, but the pear shape is kind of the more common shape. And these women tend to kind of flaunt their sexy curves everywhere. But what they don't realise is, I can look at somebody like Kelly Brook, for example, and the press and everyone are telling me, as a curvier girl, because obviously I'm not skinny, that I should feel better about being curvy because, look at Kelly Brook, she's curvy and she's great. But then it's like, well, look at Kelly Brook. Kelly Brook is, genetically gifted and works really, really hard to maintain that type of body. Not many people have that perfect proportion, that perfect body ratio, because you don't. You either have it genetically or you work really, really, really hard to obtain it, which I think, celebrities like Jennifer Lopez and Beyonce have to do, where they could end up having a pear-shaped body and it could end up not being as proportioned as it is, but they work at it non-stop because it's their job. They need to do that. But when these women are made into the poster girl for curvy women, and I'm talking now about, I keep saying curvy women. If any of you out there, are not curvy and you get offended by this video or anything like that, then I apologise in advance. That's not my intention, and I don't want to upset anyone because I seem to, sometimes do that unintentionally without realising by things I say. But it just annoys me that it's like these are the women you have to look up to, when the reality of it is these types of women, you could look like that with really, 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 really hard work, but they don't tell you that. What they tell you is all this kind of oozing sex appeal and oozing confidence with women like Sofia Vergara, for example. How many women do you actually know who have a body like Sofia Vergara or like Kelly Brook or like Kim Kardashian? I don't know any. We have normaler bodies because we have normal everyday things that we have to deal with and we have to get on with, and we have to go shopping and we have to clean up and we have to cook dinner and we have things that we have to do. We're not getting paid millions to look like that. But I don't like the fact that you're kind of told to look up to these women because they're curvier. And like I said about Christina Hendricks, she has got an amazing figure. But again, she is a larger woman in Hollywood. But the average kind of UK woman, I think, is probably a size 14 anyway. But she's a very, very, very well proportioned size 14 with slim arms, slim legs, perfect waist, big boobs, big hips. It doesn't really play out like that. And what you've got to realise is the reason that these women look like this is down to really, really hard work, very good genes. The hard work part you could do if you want, but like I said, most of us have lives to get on with and you haven't got that sort of time. And, you know, you can't feel like you're in the shallow end of the gene pool because you haven't been blessed with that type of physique. Just like you'd like to be blessed with a type of physique that could eat whatever it wanted and not gain weight. You do get people like that, but it's not the majority of people. And how many celebrities do you see out there on a daily basis in the papers who have a normal body? There aren't that many. The ones who you like to look at and think, you know, yeah, she's got quite a kind of relatable body. It isn't that relatable, or maybe it's just me and I don't think it's that relatable, but I don't feel like, you know, they've got really relatable bodies because they're always perfectly proportioned and they're curvy, but they're what I like to call skinny curvy. They're skinny everywhere else, but just the curvy bits are curvy, and it's just not a very good example. I mean, I love the fact that they are bigger than the average Hollywood actress because that's setting a great, great example. But at the same time, I just wish that the press wouldn't make them seem like they're really, really, really a great role model to aspire to look like, because you're not going to look like that. Because they're just, you know, genetically gifted and work their asses off to look like that. And it's not kind of like, you know, a role model for people to want to look like. It's like there's some people like, you know, supermodels, for example. People like Giselle Bundchen. She's a supermodel. She gets paid millions to look like that. She's very tall, very slim, got very good genes, very lucky. How many actual women look like that? You need to understand that these women get paid to look the way they do, and they just don't, they don't have the everyday kind of constant battle with things like we do because they've got people to do it for them. So yeah, I'm gonna log off now because I think I've rambled enough. But if you've got any opinions you want to share or anything like that, then please comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. And also, if I've offended anyone with anything I said or anything like that, then I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. But I'll just, you know, apologise in advance if any of you are offended by this video. So I hope you'll have a great day and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.